We're backstage at the Anthem. It is DC101's office party. Our openers are here, the Glorious Sons. First of all, welcome to DC. And secondly, I missed your set because I was stuck in traffic. So, how did it go?
It was good. It was great. I had a lot of fun.
I think of you guys, and when I first heard S.O.S, not so much in Everything Is Alright, but S.O.S, the word beer-soaked comes to my mind when I think of the style of music. I always want to bring up beer-soaked.
Really?
Yeah, just because like when I say beer-soaked, I mean like you're not drenched in beer, but like if I was in a bar and I just walked in and it was cold outside and I stepped in and the bar is just hot as balls because you guys are just killing it on stage and everybody is just having a good time and swinging their beers back and forth. That's the vibe that I'm feeling.
Anthemic.
Yeah.
It's meant to be dirty, erratic. I mean, I think that, the world's got enough acoustic pop bands.
And that's the thing. Your kind of music, your style of music works in that setting, and then also on the stage here at a classy joint like the Anthem.
Yeah, it's a beautiful venue, actually. I've never seen anything like it.
Jay, you seemed a little confused by my beer-soaked. Do you...
I think he was scared that you were calling him a drunk because he's a drunk.
No.
Would whiskey-soaked be better?
Everyone knows that. I would have thought our first album would have been described more as that, because like if you saw our live show of S.O.S and said it was a beer soaked, then I would agree. But I feel like the album is a little bit cleaner, a little bit.
Yes, totally.
But I feel like our live version of S.O.S is completely beer soaked.
Completely beer soaked.
Soaked in beer.
So if I got that vibe from the clean version,
then
how soaked in booze would I be?
Way more.
I mean,
if I were to see you guys,
we're gonna keep soaking you, brother. I mean, next album is gonna be beer sunk.
Hope you're thirsty because you're gonna be beer soaked.
Yeah, no, that's all I was thinking, because the live version is much less produced than the album.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
That's why I was
just
a little
surprised.
Yeah.
There was a band back in the late '90s called the Clarks that you guys, stylistically, remind me a lot. They were a Pittsburgh band that kind of only got a regional following, but it feels a lot like that. And it always makes me happy when bands in your style kind of break through nationally here in the States, internationally as far as your home country is concerned. And it's hard in this current alternative rock environment to kind of make that breakthrough. Have you found it to be more of a challenge just based on the kind of music that is prevalent in alternative rock?
To be honest, I think you guys probably need a little bit of a change at this point. That's not. I think that it's been an incredible genre. I mean, but at one point it was like the counterculture, and it's become a little more safe.
Completely agree.
And I think that kind of goes against everything that alternative rock represents. So I mean, we're trying. I mean, we're not changing the world by any means at this point, but we've been on tour for 7 years. We've been in the studio releasing songs, working as hard as we can, and we've got a vision. And I mean, it'll either stick or it won't. But I know that people will respond to it no matter what, because there's a lot of people that feel, disenfranchised and a little bit empty with the way that music culture has progressed in the last, 5-6 years. And that's nothing against the station, of course.
But you guys are the alternative to the alternative rock right now, which is a weird thing to say, but it's true.
I hope. I mean, and we're on the active stations as well, and I hope we're the alternative to the active rock as well. I mean, it's rock and roll, and it needs some place to go, and it can't stay the same. I mean, it's been the same forever, and rock and roll can be a real thing, and it can be a modern thing, and I think that people, are starting to rebound and understand that once again.
I literally thought you were going to say rock and roll will never die.
I would never say that,
would be the
because
worst
of course,
way to end that beautiful soliloquy.
With rock and roll will never die.
Well, of course it won't. Of course it won't. I mean, I don't believe in anybody who says that. I mean, rock and roll lives in the underbelly of music, no matter what, even if it's not in the forefront of commercial music. You know, there's still kids growing up and buying guitars with their, their friggin' first paycheck that just want to sit down and sing songs and, understand music from an honest place. And I mean, it's not saying all other music is dishonest. It's just
there's a purity to what you just described
exactly.
that will never go away.
Ever. And I mean, Nirvana was rock and roll. I'm telling you. I mean, that rock and roll is it's going to be here. And I mean, there's nothing that anybody can do about it.
Let me ask you guys, and I'll say this as somebody who only lasted a couple of semesters, but did either of you guys go to college? I'm sorry, university.
He finished.
Canadian. You finished.
He got his business degree. He's a smart man.
You got a fallback thing, just in case.
Whatever.
Flying without a net.
Yeah. No, I'm not a safety net kind of guy. College was about making my parents happy.
Yeah.
And I was pretty stubborn. I'm not sure how I passed, honestly. I used to go every Thursday morning to an 8 a.m. class, computer science, and I would sleep front row. Exact same spot, same buddy. We'd just go and have a nap for 2 hours.
Yeah, but what was that story where you fell asleep? Yeah.
That's even worse.
This is the
First
best story you'll ever hear.
University, we played a drinking game that involved hockey sticks in our dorm room and
naturally
shooting a tape ball at a garbage can. Every time you hit the garbage can, everyone had to do a shot of hard liquor. I think we had everything you could imagine. We were all rich from the summer, We had $1,000 each, so we're going to spend it in the first week. So we play this game all afternoon before I have to go to the first class. I'm belligerent by the time we get down to, I think it was computer science or something, but we get down to the class. I walk in, bump into the professor's podium, knock all his books off, go to the middle of the class, pass out for 7 hours, wake up in the pitch dark, and I have no idea where I am. Everyone's left me.
And no one's like nudging you on the way out. It's just whatever.
I have no cell phone at the time, no anything. And my girlfriend at the time had been calling my dorm room relentlessly.
You're
because
missing.
No
You're
one. I
literally
was
missing.
a missing person at the time. And I woke up at 10 p.m. and the whole school shut down, and I have to basically claw my way out of this fucking dark place. Finally hit the street and get home and, get a huge blast from my girlfriend because it's there's no way to explain that.
No, I passed out at my desk. Yeah, sure. For 7 hours? Get out of here.
Yeah, no, I went down hard.
I didn't finish.
So the only college that I really know in Canada is McGill. So if you went to McGill, great, and I look like a cool guy. But shout out the school you went to.
Ottawa U.
Ottawa U, yeah.
Ottawa U.
You went to Dell.
Dalhousie.
That was a cool school.
Halifax.
So Brett and I, we're on the same page. But here's my question: This was the last show, basically, of this tour.
Yeah, 3 months.
You've got a New Year's Eve type thing, and then February is when you're back out.
Yeah.
So this is literally the last day of classes for the fall semester.
Yeah.
What are you guys gonna do during your break, winter break?
I'm gonna go home, spend a day with my mother because she deserves it. But then I'm gonna get in my brand new car because I just got my license.
Yeah, you did.
And I'm gonna drive, and I don't care where I go. I don't want to be at home. I mean, a lot has changed this tour for me. I don't want to be back home too much. I want to go just drive. I thought about going and playing a bunch of open mics around
just showing
Ontario.
Up. Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily know that that'll happen. There's probably only a select few open mics to play. But I don't know. I don't really care. I was going to go see Springsteen on Broadway, but tickets are like $4,000.
You sell that new car, you could go.
Not going to sell that new car. That's my baby. It's a black Honda CR-V 2006, baby.
Jay, what about you? How are you spending your break?
I'm going to go home and see my girlfriend, my dog, and my friends and family. And
I know she didn't say mom.
Yeah, mom. I said family.
Okay, all right.
Family, mom.
Brett's seeing mom for both of you.
Brett lives with
I
mom,
live
though.
with mom.
Yeah, so he can swing by and say hello.
Yeah.
Say hello to your mother.
No, she'll drive
I'll have Mom
down.
over for dinner.
Nice.
You know? Hopefully, like, get healthy, clean my act up a bit.
Yeah.
You know, that's about it.
As we wind down, I read an article on you guys in the Toronto Star, and within 3 lines, they mentioned Tragically Hip. You guys from the same town. It's not a big town. Do you guys ever feel any pressure's a weird word, or comparisons?
Not
another word that
ever.
you guys aren't
None.
the same, but
Literally none
Never
at all.
have
None.
we ever felt.
I mean, that I've met the
Never.
guys, and we are such a different band from
Exactly.
what they did. And I mean, we're not looking to take the torch or
Yeah.
anything like that. We want to do something different. And I mean, I want to speak from the biggest podium that I can, and I don't want to be doing it the same way that they did it. I mean, Gord Downey is an incredible songwriter, one of the best poets in, you know, I mean, I would say North American history, because I'm a big fan.
Yep.
But it really doesn't weigh on me too much. For us, I mean, we're a rock and roll band.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, it would never matter. It's never mattered on stage. It's never mattered when we're in the studio. It's never mattered, you know, in the important parts where you're doing your work.
very well said.
No.
Because
So-
your town is less than 150,000 people.
Yeah.
Your hometown.
yeah.
I would think that people in the town are like, okay, now it's the Glorious Sons' turn to keep the name
Well,
of Kingston alive.
yeah.
And then you get music
But it's-
snobs on the road who go, oh, Kingston, Ontario, Canada, that's where Tragic Hip's from. I'm going to go see these guys and see what they're all about.
We've had that kind of thing happen, but
I,
I
think
mean,
it becomes very apparent that we're not even
Well,
close
first
to the
note
same
says,
band.
Yeah.
You
well,
know?
wait a
It's like-
second, this is not.
like- it's just not the same thing, and we're not trying to do the same thing.
no.
And we all grew up as huge Hip fans. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, we have different ideas for the way that we're going to do things, and we always have. We never.
And I'm sure that Gord Downey and I never listened to the same music growing up.
Probably not. Probably
I mean,
not.
It's that simple. I have different influences. I have, you know, a different thing to say, and I mean, you can never fill those shoes, ever.
So don't try.
Don't bother.
Walk,
No.
Get your own set of
Don't
shoes.
bother.
Get nose and start walking.
Exactly.
Don't bother. They deserve the world. Those guys deserve the world. Couldn't have been prouder of that band. You know, growing up, being in music, a musician in Kingston, it's in the blood, and you learn things from them. But it really has nothing to do with, you know, yourself.
Yeah, it's very well said. You so I missed you guys tonight at the office party, DC101's office party. The good news is for me and anybody else who may not have been at the show tonight, you'll be back very, very soon. After winter break, spring semester starts, which means a tour for the Glorious Sons, which means you guys are gonna be back here in February.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited now to be able to see, you know, and we thank you for playing, but there's a difference between playing the opening set and playing the headlining
Oh, yeah,
set.
I mean, you guys
and
will
that's,
get-
we're going to get the headlining show.
You'll get
in
a
February.
full.
We got the teaser
A
tonight.
full show. You'll get
Yeah.
a show with peaks and valleys. And
Will I get beer soaked?
I guarantee you that if you would like to get beer soaked, you will get beer soaked. If you don't want to get beer soaked, you don't have to.
I'm just going to tell you, if you look out when you're playing, when you're back here in D.C., and you see a black man dumping a beer all over himself,
I'm going to
you'll
join
know.
you.
You join me and know that I'm having a great time.
I'm running into that
having a
crowd,
great
man.
Time. Brett, Jay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Glorious Sons playing
Thank you.
DC101's
Thank
office
you.
party, and they'll be back in February. Full concert calendar at DC101.com. Thank you guys. Appreciate
Thanks
it.
for having us.